We're here to talk about the new album, Earth and Sky. How's the feedback?
Yeah.
How's the feedback been so far? 'Cause it's only been out a couple of weeks now, 3 weeks, 3 weeks.
It's been absolutely awesome. You know, we wanted to, we set out to make an aggressive and a heavy record. And I think from the response, you know, we've really done that and created something that is resonating with our audience and that they're really enjoying.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, I was going to say, I mean, it's with the lyric content going through it is aggressive as well in terms of that. You know, I believe that society is a little bit fucked, and you've got to resist being affected by it. I mean, was that a plan that you had before you guys went in?
Yeah. I think it happens. The lyrics always end up happening after the instrumental has happened, and I feel like with a lot with this album was kind of like however the music felt really made us feel like, you know, how Aaron would tie in the lyrics and do stuff like that. So, yeah, I think there's always an underlying element of that type of feeling.
Yeah. What made you guys go heavier?
I feel like once we finished our album Defined, we were touring on it. We kind of wanted to. We had a bunch of European metal festivals booked for the very first time. Like, we had never really been out there to perform for some of those really iconic festivals. So we really wanted to have some kick-ass tunes to take out there. And I feel like playing a lot of the new stuff was went over really well out there. I mean, we've just been actually revisiting some of the footage from like the multicam that they show on the Jumbotron, and we were kind of like laughing, like, wow, how crazy is that? It doesn't even feel like that, but it's huge, and I don't know, it was so cool.
Yeah, I
wanted to bring like some metal tunes.
Cool. I actually saw you guys in Germany last year on the Bullet for My Valentine tour, and I mean that.
Oh, very cool. Okay.
Yeah, that place went mental for you guys. Like, it was from the front to the back. They were just going crazy, and it was on the. I found it. No, I found it was on the newer stuff, the heavier stuff. So that was why I was a little intrigued by that.
Yeah, we have fun with that, and our band is always band. So I guess with this album, we really wanted to solidify that and not necessarily remind people, but like just kind of make something that we enjoyed ourselves and then could share with them, and then they could headbang too. It's not rocket science for us. Like, we love making heavy music, so it was a lot of fun making this record.
I do have to ask then, because obviously there was a former member who came out publicly and said it was because of the change of direction that he's not in the band anymore. Was that part of that?
I've actually never heard that. He left the band because of his health. I hadn't heard change in musical direction. We've always been a heavy metalcore band. So I think definitely with Earth and Sky, you can kind of hear that. And I mean, you can hear that in Defy too.
Yeah.
I don't know what source you're hearing that from, but he definitely left the band due to his health. So there was we hadn't even talked about new music or anything. This was at the end of a tour when we put out our newest album, Cold World.
Yeah. Oh, you've got to love journalists. So it's what they do. That's cool.
Yeah.
So what changes then as a band, both in the studio and on stage, have you had to adapt to having one less member?
Yeah, we've kind of come into our own, and I feel like when we first were doing Defy, we were doing it as a 4-piece, and then as things progressed, due to necessity, Aaron had to no longer play the bass live because of a surgery he had on his back, and so we are now touring with a bass player, and we're back playing live as a 5-piece. And you know, through the changes and everything, Mice and Men has always seen changes. You could date it back to day one. And I think what we know better than any other band is how to roll with the punches and how to get back up after maybe something seemingly insurmountable, and show resilience and perseverance. And I think with our ever-evolving live show and our ever-evolving heaviness, I feel like, you know, as the evolution happens, it's really awesome to see as somebody who's been there since day one. It really does, like, have an effect. Like, man, this is so amazing to see somebody like Aaron start out as a bass player, backup singer, and now be like the front man and like killing it live and just having this amazing performance. It's really been an amazing evolution to see, and also proud of the rest of the guys, because, you know, through thick and thin, the best laid plans of Mice and Men often go awry. But you know, through our continuation in music, we found our path, and our fans know that too.
I mean, you touched on a good point there. I mean, you've been there since the beginning, and you guys have a hectic schedule of, you know, do an album, tour, do an album, tour. I mean, how do you stay so driven to keep doing that every 2 years?
Because we love making music, and at the end of the day, the whole reason why the music industry exists is for people like us that love to make music and want to continue to do it at all times. And we're not necessarily tortured artists by any means, you know what I mean? Like, It's like, we love making heavy music. We love writing about what we write about. It comes naturally because we write honestly. You know, we don't have to make anything up. And I think that always really resonates well with our fans. And at the same time, because we love it so much, we want to do it all the time, and we want to constantly be creating music, because we didn't start a band to do anything but that.
Yeah. I mean, you were last in Australia, I think, for Download last year, it would have been?
Yeah.
When are you guys going to come? I mean, I'm guessing because you got an album, you'll be here at some point, but are there any plans to come here soon?
Not just yet. We're working on a couple. If we can't get out there on a festival, then we're definitely going to come out and headline. We want to bring a lot of Earth and Sky and all of our discography back out there. We don't get to travel there enough, so for us, you know, like, we really, really want to get back out there, and we feel like it's been too long.
Yeah, nearly 2 years. I mean, that's probably why. So going back to the Earth and Sky element, I mean, how many of them songs are you? Because I know you've been doing some festivals in America, and I think you're in Houston tonight. I mean, how many of the songs from the album are you putting in the set list?
Right now, we have, I believe, 5 or 6. 6. So we're playing a good amount, and it's been going over so well. And I mean, these songs were written with the intention of playing them live.
Nice.
So really seeing that response has been hugely, like, fulfilling, and like, we're so happy to finally have the album out. It's been finished since like December, so like, we've been sitting on it forever, and we've been just really wanting to share it with everybody for so long. So we're happy it's finally out. And of course, Australia gets it first. So some of our first responders to the album were people, you know, saying our praises before the rest of the world got to hear it. And, you know, we think that's so special, and we love our Australian fans so much. And we definitely don't want them to think that we're ignoring them by not coming out there. But everything takes time.
I can assure you, your album went round like a hot potato. Like, as soon as it dropped, everybody in my circle was on it and was like, listen to this, check this out. And you guys as well, I mean, you're quite, wrong terminology, but aggressive on social media as well, which I love. It's like putting that presence out there. I mean, is that something you guys have had to change?
Yeah, I'm doing that too, because that's kind of like our outlet to kind of like share this music symbol with a wider audience. And it's definitely a very pigeonholed audience, but at the same time, our music is a little bit beyond. And for us, like, we promoting it as long as we can, just because we love to do it.
Good.